B. The elements of transaction costs. What are transaction costs? Are they ever really negligible? We cannot use the Coase theorem to understand law without answering these questions. Transaction costs are the costs of exchange. An exchange has 3 steps. First, an exchange partner has to be located. This involves finding someone who wants to buy what you are selling or sell what you are buying. Second, a bargain must be struck between the exchange partners. A bargain is reached by successful negotiation, which may include the drafting of an agreement. Third, after a bargain has been reached, it must be enforced. Enforcement involves monitoring performance of the parties and punishing violations of the agreement. We may call the 3 forms of transaction costs corresponding to these 3 steps of an exchange: 1. Search costs, 2. Bargaining costs, and 3. Enforcement costs. Question 4.8. Classify each of the following examples as a cost of searching, bargaining, or enforcing an agreement to purchase a 1957 Chevrolet. A. Haggling over the price. B. Collecting the monthly payments for the purchase of the car. C. Taking time off from work for the buyer and seller to meet. D. Purchasing an advertisement in the classified section of the paper. E. Purchasing a newspaper to obtain the classified section. F. The buyer asking the seller questions about the car's ignition system. When are transaction costs high and when are they low? Consider the question by looking at the 3 elements of the costs of exchange. Search costs tend to be high for unique goods or services and low for standardized goods or services. To illustrate, finding someone who is selling a 1957 Chevrolet is harder than finding someone who is selling a soft drink. Turning from search costs to bargaining costs, note that our example of bargaining assumed that both parties know each other's threat values and the cooperative solutions. Game theorists say that information is public. In negotiations, when each party knows these values. Game theorists refer to these negotiations as common knowledge situations. Conversely, information is private when one party knows some of the values and the other does not. If the parties know the threat values and the cooperative solution, they can compute reasonable terms for cooperation. In general, public information facilitates agreement by enabling the parties to compute reasonable terms for cooperation. Consequently, negotiations tend to be simple and easy when information about the threat values and the cooperative solution is public. To illustrate, negotiations for the sale of a watermelon are simple because there's not much to know about it.